Good afternoon, friends, followers, and channel members. Brr, it's cold. I can almost feel the coldness radiating from my screen. What is it? It's minus 15 degrees here, and as you can clearly see, it's it's snowy and icy. Welcome to a Monday afternoon stream. I thought we'd try and get one in just before the world update drops in a few hours' time, in case they break everything. So it's great to have you here. We're not going to hang around too long. I've got a school run to do in around an hour and a half. Flight time is around about 1 hour, so we don't really have too much time to waste. Good afternoon, Mark and Dr. Magic. Looks like evening here, doesn't it? It doesn't get much daylight up here in the northern parts of Finland. We're not all the way up, about halfway up. Finland today, and I believe we've got blanket ATC coverage, which is really nice, particularly for this time of day. So lovely. We're going to be flying towards the sun, and we're in Orbex's Helsinki airport as well, that we're going to be coming to land into. So looking forward to that, because I've not yet visited it, so hope we can see some good stuff when we come in there. Klaus Kroner, hello my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining us. Right, shall we get on board? Just before we do, of course, let's make sure we've got some luggage. We want the jetway, and of course we need the GPU. Okay, so our aircraft is in a turnaround state. All the doors are opening. I'm going to start getting the aircraft warmed up, because it is cold. So 1, 2, 3. APU has started. Let's use the flight pad to get our usual information. QNH is currently 1006. Information India here is current. Let's get our fuel as well. We've got low pressure over Helsinki coming in. Check the operational flight plan, and given the potential, we've got potential for low snow visibility coming into Helsinki at the moment. Nothing the aircraft can't handle, of course, but even so, better to be prepared. So we're going to go with 5 tons of fuel. Let's go and get the ground crew to start loading that. There it is. So 5 tons of fuel is loading in. APU may just take another moment or so to get running, whilst I'm waiting for the APU so we can start getting the passengers, you guys, on board. Let's just check. We've got our IRS-3 nav green. I remembered as well, after I had already launched the simulator, that I've still got an out-of-date AirX cycle, so naughty me. Apologies for that. S-Remers, afternoon to you. Yeah, flight just before the update. Fingers crossed. Right, on to the Init B page. Oh, I haven't given you guys the operational flight plan, have I? Give me 1 second, for those of you who want that. Let me just sort that out for you. So, watching on YouTube, that operational flight plan is coming in now, and I'll pin that to the chat as well. There we go. So you guys should now have that if you require it. So our alternate today, let's go ahead and get that all set up. Just before we do, let's just go through and make sure that I have got everything set up here correctly. So APU is now available. We'll get the APU bleed running, and just time that for 1 minute. So overhead is all sorted. Current QNH is on the standby 1006. Pedestal, nothing out of place down there. Flight deck door is currently open. We haven't got an initial climb, but ATC will give that to us, no doubt. Flight directors 1 and 2, get constraints on there, 1006, and our instrument panels are all turned up. Beautiful. What is the alternate today? Let's check. It's Echo Fox Tango Uniform. Call sign today, Alpine. 3-4 Alpha Mike. So again, not a real world flight, this one. Cost index fate level 390, and the temperature is -67. Tropo 33197. Ooh, that's really close. I'm going to leave that. 33110. Probably the closest I've ever seen it, to be fair. Right, passengers, where art thou? Passengers, let's get you guys on board, shall we? Turn the packs on. Okay, so I think the main door is open. Passengers are boarding. Let's continue setting up the box then. Right. Init A page is done. Flight plan. We're expecting runway 30 for the depart. Ooh, try again. Runway 30 for our departure. And that is the McNew 4 Bravo. Insert. Then the arrival should be the... well, I've got 04 left. That's what they were using in real life at the time the flight plan was created. ILS 04 left on the Luceb 3 Bravo. There it is. And what veers may be being used for that? I'm not familiar with this airport, so let's have a look. Oh, really? That would be it. So pop really in and insert. 315 miles, 314 on the flight plan. Excellent, only 1 mile out. Radnav page. Again, don't know this airport at all, so I don't know if there are any VORs or things that would help us. Sometimes if they're not on the SID, you can find them on the arrival page. So, oh yeah, there we go. Oscar Uniform Kilo. Pop that on. So we've put that in. Because it's so cold as well, if we had an emergency departure, we'd have to compensate for that with regards to our minimums. Alright, so that's now on. Onto the Init B page. So zero fuel weight according to the flight plan is 53.9. There we are. We've got a headwind of 2. That shouldn't really concern us, should it? Fuel planning. Aircraft suggests 3.3. With that extra fuel, we've got 4.9. So let's put that on. Takeoff weight then of 58.6. And now let's check the alternate out. Alternate, let's call that 1.1 tons. There we go. Extra 42 minutes of flight time in case anything goes wrong on route. Okay, so onto the performance page. So in order to sort this out, we'll get the calculator up. Transition altitude here is indeed 5,000 feet. And the thrust reduction and acceleration here is 1034. The acceleration is 3034. And the engine out is 1034. Yeah, and the sim just rounding that down to 1030. Alright. Now let's have a look at the calculator. Now, I don't think this has got the engine out information on here, but I've got that manually. Also, given the state of the runway, it's not going to be a flex takeoff. So, airport code here is, where is the code? EFOU. departing runway 30. Get the METAR. -16. Runway condition, wet. Anti-ice. Oh, well, there's actually no clouds, so anti-ice will be, although it's freezing cold. Hey, HD! Freezing cold on the ground, no clouds. Anti-ice on, presumably. Engine and wing. Takeoff weight, what was that? Let me just go back to the 8B page. Takeoff weight, call that 59. That's not heavy at all, is it, today? 59 tons. C of G, I'll leave that at 25 for now. And config 1 packs will be off. Calculate. Okay, so ignoring the flex because it's going to be a toga takeoff, but we'll use the V speeds. So onto the performance page. V1 is 129, so low today. 129, 129, and 132. Flaps 1. Leave flex blank as there is no flex. Okay, that looks good. Engine acceleration 1033. That was only 1 foot off, to be fair, which isn't bad considering that the engine out procedure and thrust reduction values for this airport have not yet been imported into the calculator, as it's all still being populated. So yeah, that's really good. Happy with those figures and values. Right, ATC I believe is online, so we're going to just give them a call, make sure everything we've programmed in is what we would expect. It's getting dark, isn't it? Let's pop the probe window heater on as well, shall we? Given how cold it is. -16 degrees. HDY toga. Let me show you. It looks rather snowy. Unfortunately, they don't tell me how snowy in Microsoft Flight Sim. So, I'll take advice. If you think the flex is valid, what was it, 67? I'll take that. But, yeah, I just thought that it was going to be toga. Very icy and slippy underfoot. So what ATC have we got? 124.4.
Muutama standia vielä tänne löyvä joko. Löydetään joko.
Ooh. HD. Thank you. Why would we not be using flaps 3 if it's contaminated? Duh. Config 3. Oops. Config 3. Try that. There we go. So that's now 132, 132, 133. And flaps 3.
Ryanair 372 Mike, radio check. Ryanair 372 Mike, Oulu Tower, radio 5.
Right, let me lock those flight deck doors. Tower, good evening, Alpine 34 Alpha. Mike requesting Alpha clearance was filed to Helsinki. We have stand 16 and we have information. India Type A320neo.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Oulu Tower. You cleared Helsinki runway 30. Departure direct Mignu Yankee 86, climb flight level 390, set squawk 6155.
Cleared by the Minku, I will report passing. Cleared climb flight level 390 and squawk is 6155. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, clear as correct.
Okay, let's get
Train at
the
322 Mike requesting aircraft
squawking.
clearance of flight plan files.
straight up to our flight level as well.
372 Mike, Oulu Tower, you clear to Helsinki, runway 30, correction of departure, direct Mignu, Mike 857, climb flight level 370, set squawk 7573.
Okay, so let's do a quick brief. I am also very aware of the time. I want to be able to finish this flight today without having to stop to go and do the school run. So where are we? Stand 1-6, very short pushback. 1-6 pushback facing east. Then I expect the taxi on Echo for our full length departure. Runway 30. Max speed is 200 knots. And then once we've made that, we're going to be going to Minku. Let me just check those V speeds. Although it's very close, isn't it? Max speed 200 knots the first turn. That's fine. It's also noise abatement 1 here. We're not going to get anywhere near that, so I'm not too concerned about that. Already spoke about the fact that it is a contaminated runway and it's also freezing cold. We're well below the maximum landing weight. That's not an issue, but if we do need to come back in here, we would have to adjust our minimums. It is an RNAV approach back in on runway 30. So that's worth bringing into our brief. Apart from it being cold, visibility is great. Experimental version of the A320NX. No ground radar or weather radar. No NOTAMs that concern us for our departure. I'll check for our arrival en route, but a quick scan through says that our arrival's fine as well. Threats to be aware of. We've already brought into the brief the fact that it is cold. Minimum safe altitude is 2,300 feet, so we are going to be cold winter ops aware for this. All right. So I think everybody is now on board. I'm going to quickly rush through, make sure everything's okay, and then we'll run the before start checklist. Let's get to Helsinki before my school kicks my boy out in about an hour and 20 minutes this time.
Welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, seatbelt signs are now on. Before start checklist to the line. Cockpit preparation is complete. Signs are on and auto. It is 3.5 green. That fuel quantity is 4980. And balance FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1006. Let's call the ground crew and start getting them into place.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this EasyJet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing.
Okay, sir. The bypass gate is installed. All doors
So on
and
behalf of
hatches
myself
closed. All
and the
ground
first officer,
equipment removed.
I'd like to say
Standing by for
thank you for
pushback.
choosing EasyJet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
Departure frequency as well should be 119.1. Let's get that in the standby. And Tower Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is ready for push and start from stand 16. Oh, where's he gone? I can't afford for hold-ups.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand by to traffic test, one aircraft pushback on stand 15.
Roger, we'll wait here until he's crossed. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Yeah, right. Well, in a slight advance to try and get ahead of the game, I'll also just very quickly run through the engine out procedure, which is nice and standard here. So, emergency brief, standard Airbus emergency brief. Standard engine out procedure here at 1600 feet. It's a right turn to the Adkin holding point. Inbound track is 340. No, it's not. It's 290. Can't read my own writing. So I'm just waiting for him to give us our pushback clearance. Then we'll get all the lights turned on, etc. I should perhaps apologise now if we get about 20 miles out and I have to go. I really hope that isn't the case. It's quite a direct route that we've got as well, so I can't really make up much time by cutting any corners. Jonathan says it's good to see a properly functioning jet bridge. Yeah, we have had some deaf ones.
Easy Delta, stand 11 request push and start.
Easy 23 Sierra Delta, QNX 1006, push and start approved, runway 30 for departure.
Push and start approved for runway 30, Easy 23 Sierra Delta.
Do you know, I do feel cold. It's not that cold in this room, but I'm feeling cold. I think it's looking at the snowy trees.
Oulu Tower, iltaa päivää. Medic 10 at flight level 100 direct Suvib. We have information Juliet QNH 1006.
Medic 10 Oulu Tower. Negative radar contact.
I mean, if we have a quick look
Confirm negative radar contact.
at the route, there you can see. There's nothing I can do to make that for any quicker. Alan says start the engine on stand. We've got plenty of time to start the engines. It also burns extra fuel. Low-cost airline carriers aren't in the habit of doing that. What we could do is, with it being a very short taxi, I'll do the PEDS check. So, performance is still 1006, Toga takeoff, engine out, procedure is standard 1600 feet, right turn to Adkin, holding point, departure matches what we have on the FMGC, initial climb out is flight level 390. Got darker since we first spawned in, isn't it? Pretty certain I could have got out of there in plenty of time.
You might ready for taxi for net 30.
Oh, it's the Ryanair holding us up, wouldn't you know it?
Ryanair 372 Mike, taxi to point Echo runway 30, report when ready.
Taxi to runway 30 via Echo. And 372 Mike.
How many aircraft is he going to get out before we're permitted to leave? There's an EasyJet there with the strobes on. I don't know if that is a simism or it's just on by mistake. I'd like to think we can push back now. Christopher Shaw, it looks bloody cold. It feels it. My office isn't that cold, but looking at this, all I need now is a satellite and a shooting star to go over. And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, any news on a pushback time for us?
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, sort of delay, pushback approved, facing runway 30, QNH 1006.
Push start approved, pushback facing southeast 430, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Let's go! Beacon lights on. Start the timer, acupressures in the green, transponder.
Medic 10, radar contact.
Go ahead.
Radar contact, Medic
You're
10.
cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Before start, checklist below the line. Windows and doors are closed and on. Beacon light is on. Mobile phone is on silent. Parking brake is on. Let's release the parking brake. Engine start. Engine mode selected to start and starting engine 1.
Runway 372 Mike via Echo line runway 30.
Wait for takeoff, runway 372 Mike.
Runway 372 Mike. But line up happy for takeoff clearance, so via Echo line runway 30.
Christopher, I don't put the beacon light on until you have been cleared to push and start. I'm not slowing our tug driver down today either. We are in a rush.
Oulu Tower, Medic 10 request descent.
Medic 10, continue descent to 2,300 feet, QNH 1006. My arrival route clear RMP approach runway 30, report final track.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing
Continue
the exit
descent to
routes,
2,300
oxygen
feet,
masks,
QNH
life jackets,
1006,
and
cleared
brace
RMP
position that
approach
you must
30.
adopt if you
Report
hear
on final
brace,
course, Medic
brace.
10.
There are 2 emergency exits
Ryanair
at the rear,
372
4
Mike,
in the
squawk
middle,
mode Charlie please.
and 2 at the front of the cabin.
Repeat last.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit.
Squawk mode
Please
Charlie
be
please.
aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage
Easy
on board.
230 Delta, ready for taxi.
Your seatbelt is fastened
Q3
Adjusted.
Sierra Delta,
and
standby
released
to
as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all
Talking
times.
Charlie, runway 372 Mike.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth.
372 Mike,
Hold in place
just
with
confirm
the
squawk
strap
7573.
on each side to adjust.
75? Oh, sorry, I had 74. 73, sorry.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
What's
Put it
happening with
over your
engine
head.
1?
Pass the tapes around your waist.
Ryanair 7
Mike, walking
correction 372 Mike, wind 350 degrees, 4 knots, runway 30, clear for takeoff, left turn.
When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Cliff takeoff,
If it fails
runway
to
30,
inflate or
left
needs
turn,
topping
runway
up,
372
blow
Mike.
into the tube. There is a light and whistle for a traffic
Seems
attention.
we've got a bit of an issue here.
We also carry flotation
Alpha
outside
110, hotel, I have your clearance,
Must now be
I really
stowed,
copy.
armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt
Okay,
fastened.
I'm going to try and
We wish you
restart
a pleasant flight
engine
with
1.
EasyJet.
Engine mode selector to start. And starting engine 1. Fuel pumps, that's the issue. Thank you. That's what happens when you rush.
Alpine 110, are you ready? Copy your Alpha clearance to Helsinki.
Go ahead for Alpine 11.
Christopher, the weather got to it. No. My rushing
Alpine
got to
110,
it.
Hotel, you clear to Helsinki. Runway 30, after departure, direct Mikno, Yankee 86. Climb flight level 390, squawk 1242.
Cleared Helsinki, runway 30, direct Minku, climb flight level 390, squawk 1242, Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
It's become very busy very quickly, hasn't it, here? Nice and realistic.
Alpine 372 Mike, radar contact, report altitude passing.
What's really annoying is I need to give them 3 minutes. Starting engine 2.
Runner 72 Mike, over tower.
Repeat that message. Runner 372 Mike.
Runner 372 Mike, report altitude passing.
My apologies to all of the aircraft behind me.
Runner 372 Mike, radar contact.
Do you know,
It's, I have your clearance ready. Are you ready?
I normally always do a sort of paranoia check, and I'm looking for the APU bleed.
Clear to Helsinki, runway 30.
Don't know why this just didn't even register today.
Set squawk 5332.
Clear to Helsinki, runway 30 for departure, after departure, direct Mikno, Yankee 86, flight level 350.
I wonder how often that happens in real life. Okay, nearly there. That's available. Engine mode selector to normal.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, are you ready to taxi?
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike will be ready to go in 30 seconds.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, rush column me when you are ready.
And I'm just quickly setting the
Alpine
trim.
11 Oscar Hotel, ready for push and start, stand 14.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, stand by to the traffic.
11 Oscar Hotel.
Okay, after that checklist, anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. Peak trim is 24.6. Road trim set 0.
Runner 372 Mike, contact Helsinki control on 121.3.
Contact, repeat frequency.
Runner 372, correction 121.3.
1.3, runner 372 Mike, thank you for the service, have a good night.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, ready for taxi.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, taxi to Holland Point Echo, runway 30.
Holding point Echo, runway 30, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, a little bit of thrust as we start to move.
Easy, 2, 3.
Let's get the
taxi to Holland Point Echo, runway
flight checks done as well.
100
So,
Echo from
full left,
GP
full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, are you ready for departure?
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, roger, we're ready for departure.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, via Echo, line up runway 30.
Cleared line up runway 30, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, before takeoff, checklist, flight controls have been checked, departure briefing is confirmed, flap setting config 3.
Alpha Mike, via Echo, line up runway 30.
Line up runway 30, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Flight controls have been checked and departure briefing is complete. Flap setting is config 3. I'm lining up when I'm ready. FMA and takeoff data 132 blue, 133 magenta, climb nav blue, 152, 39,000 blue, and toga. Transponder is set. Ecam memo takeoff. No blue is not yet set. Told you it was a short taxi.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, stand 14, request push and start.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, QNH 1006, push approve. Runway 30 for VATSIM.
Takeoff, no blue.
QNH 1006, push start approved, runway 30.
EFB is stowed. Before takeoff checklist below the line. Let's just get a little bit of movement on there.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, wind 350 degrees, 3 knots, runway 30, clear flag of left turn.
Clear to take off, left turn, runway 30, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Before takeoff checklist below the line. Cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS is TARA. No, I need to check that. Oh, this is a lot easier when you're not trying to get out of here quickly. TCAS, TARA, packs are off, anti-ice is on. Engines have been running for 3 minutes as well, thank goodness for that. Okay, takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% N1. And toga. Mantoga, SRS. Checked.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, request taxi.
V1. Rotate.
Taxi Holmpoint Echo runway 30.
Taxi Holmpoint Echo runway 30, Alpine 11 Oscar.
Nav.
Easy 230 Delta via Echo line up runway 30.
Line up runway 30, easy 230 Delta.
Set climb thrust. Thrust climb, SRS. Autopilot 1. Engaged.
34 Alpha Mike, radar contact, report altitude passing.
Passing 3,000 feet, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Climb.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Flaps 1. Pull standard pressure in a moment as well. There we go. Flap 0. Spoilers disarmed. Now we can release the cabin crew.
Nartico Delta QNH 1006, push approved. Runway 30 for VATSIM.
Push and start up through runway 30, QNH 1006, Finity Delta.
Easy 230 Delta. Wind 350 degrees, 2 knots, runway 30, clear for takeoff after departure.
Right, I'll come back into the chat as well. There's a couple of things I want to clear up if possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Medic 10. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, contact Helsinki control 121.3.
121.3, thank you. 1.3 for Alpha Mike. Bye bye.
Bye.
Central Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 110, flight level 390, direct McNew.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, 121.3.
Oh, there we go. Roger, thank you. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Ryanair 372, Mike.
That's the second time I've done that in subsequent flights.
Runway 04 left. Direct MV.
Centre, good afternoon, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 120 for 390, inbound McNew.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike has control red contact.
Ryanair 372, Mike, clear. I was on the 4 left via Woodstock, 3B, direct Mimby.
Vostok 40, contact Helsinki radar 119.1, bye-bye.
So just clear the RadNav page out past 10,000 feet, check on the performance at the progress page. Flight level 390 is not going to be an issue, we're very light. Seatbelt signs can come off.
Dana 404, runway 34, clear for takeoff from 030, square 7.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 34, Sabina 404.
Right, flight time today was about 1 hour and, well, let's see. Let me have a look at the actual flight plan. It says I'm going to arrive at 16:06. That would be good. That would be very good. That will still get me in time. Right, HD, I'm not sure if you were in the chat, or if you were, I apologise, I missed it. So when doing the performance calcs, I questioned whether anti-ice would be on for the departure, just because we obviously hadn't got any visible moisture, but it was minus 15, minus 16 degrees, so it could perhaps educate us on that. Dennis Curry, wouldn't you want to know if something failed? Yes, you would, but if it was something minor, then no, you're still safer to take off when you're rolling down the runway at 120 miles an hour. Especially on a runway like that. Definitely better to carry on.
Report altitude pass.
For report altitude 3000.
Top Gun, they are meant to be dropping the new update today, the SIM update. So, have a look at that.
Direct to Bakla, Sabina 404.
Hi, Synth Bob, no problem at all. Glad you're playing back in a civilian flight sim. That's great stuff.
And Helsinki control EasyTV.
I'd always look forward to having you online.
EasyTV Sierra Delta has control radar contact. Runway 04 left.
Sorry, just repeat the last instruction. The EasyTV Sierra Delta.
EasyTV Sierra Delta, expect runway 04 left.
Okay, expecting the 04
Ooh,
left.
expecting runway 04 left. I'm guessing that's where we're going.
Ryanair 372, Mike, confirm direct Mimby.
Yes, direct Mimby. Am I following it or what?
That's a great question.
Looks like you're not going direct to Memphis, so just check that.
Am I following it or what?
November Echo, Mike, Victor engine.
Yeah, it seems like my autopilot again has its own mind. Could I get head vectors?
Ryanair 372, Mike. Are you able to go direct Lucid?
Yes, I could. But I will need breakfast to
Airline
come out of the plane listening to me directly.
So much ATC around. This is wonderful. So HD sim wasn't showing it, so do you pretend it's as the real world, or do you do and go with what you see in the sim? Well, there's a question. I mean, the METAR was currently showing it was light snow. What's that contaminated value again? Is it 25% covering of, I want to say 0.3 mil or something daft like that. But if you go with what the sim was showing, so snow, it was contaminated. If it's contaminated, you're now toga, flaps 2 or 3, anti-ice will definitely be on. Gotcha. Top Gun, we are in the experimental today.
Well, if you sent you Mike, do you want me to head direct for Lusat?
Affirm.
Roger, it's going direct for Lusat.
Okay, there's another EasyJet. The last part of his call sign sounds very similar to Alpha Mike, so there's a potential threat. We need to make sure that we keep an ear out for that. Very rare, but it does happen that you get two aircraft with similar call signs. I thought I'd be the only EasyJet up here today. Apparently not. So I'm hoping we get ATC all of the way down, and I'm just now starting to have a quick look as we continue to climb. We've got about 11,000 feet to go. We're not going to be at our cruise for very long, but I'm just beginning to look at how we're going to start, or where we're going to start rather, our top of descent, and it looks like it's going to be at this waypoint called Luseb. We want to be probably around 10,000 feet, or above 10,000 feet still by that point. A little bit of quick maths here. Let's round this up. 15, so that's about 30 miles, 40 miles, 50, 40. Probably got about 50 miles to go there, to be fair. So I reckon if we aim for about 12,000 feet at Luseb, we should be okay.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel. Helsinki control radar contact. Runway 04 left.
Ah, see, HD again. That is a good point. So the Finns are very good at clearing snow. They probably have to do it all year round. So not a bad thing to assume worst case. However, if it was light snow, that would be precipitation and moisture, wouldn't it? Again, true. Wasn't showing in the sim though, so again, you're right. I suppose we should probably go to the conditions that are in the sim. So the runway was potentially contaminated, but we'd got no light snow. I don't think we'd even got any clouds. So I think that's where we just got a little confused as to which condition do we go with. So I'm just popping that waypoint in to put a top of descent, LUSEP. And we're going to be up at flight level, what is it, 290? No, 390, sorry. We aim for about 12,000 feet, flight level 120 at Luseb. The wind is not going to be too much of a factor. So about 91 miles away. Let's put that radius in, and we've got a top of descent coming up. Let's just check.
Radar, morjesta, Finnair,
there it is.
Flight level 370 info, evade and information from.
Yeah, HD, you got to play the game in that case.
Okay, control radar contact. Cleared D1 for Bravo, runway 04 left. I'm ready, descent flight level 100.
Cleared D1 for Bravo 04 left, descent level 100, Finnair, NX.
Runway 37
Dodo, you live in Helsinki? Oh, fantastic. Hope the weather's good.
Ready, descend flight level 100.
Christopher Shore, if in doubt, Togo all the way. Christopher, all year round, where do you think Finland is? The North Pole. Well, the northern parts. Close enough.
When ready, descend flight level 100.
Clear to Worcester directly when ready to descend to 100. Settle runway 04 left.
Jonathan, I can't actually see any traffic.
Confirm clear to Lucet 3 Bravo arrival.
I'm just listening to ATC a moment. Right, so he's clearing him to Lucep and giving him a descent down to flight level 100. So that's pretty much what we're planning for. Third pilot, nice to have us in Finland. I've done quite a few flights over Scandinavia at the moment.
Ocean 70 Alpha, cleared Apex 2 Charlie arrival, runway 21, when ready, descend flight level 100.
Cleared, Apex Charlie arrival, descend 100, Apex to Charlie arrival, descend 100, Ocean 75.
Ocean 70 Alpha, confirm when ready.
So what are we? Flight level 350 at the moment. Let's have a little look at how we're going to make the arrival and plan it. It's nice being able to hear the aircraft ahead of us because we kind of get a glimpse into what we can expect. So it looks like we're expecting flight level 100 by Luceb on the 3 Bravo arrival. So following this all the way down, adhering to the constraints. So green dot via Nemvi. I would imagine on leaving Nemvi then we're going to get a ILS vectors in. At the moment we're coming in via Ruli, but if we get vectors then obviously that goes out the window. So leaving Nemvi we need to be ready to configure flaps 1. After flaps 1 of course, then with the glide slope we'll be pulling flaps 2. So let's get a little bit more information down. So we're expecting runway 4 left on that Lucep 3 Bravo. And the transition altitude there is 5,000 feet. Platform altitude is nice and low, 2,300 feet. Minimum safe altitude is 2,200 feet. Let me go and get a weather report as well for that, depending on the temperature there, as to whether we need to do anything for cold winter ops. So we'll do a weather request, send that off. That's now on its way. So if it's not too cold, then it's going to be 334. Visual range 550 meters. It was around 2,000 meters, so it was still Cat 1.
This runway 372 Mike, requesting to leave cockpit for 2 minutes.
ILS 1119, airfield elevation 134, and missed approach. Straight ahead to 580, then left turn 335 and 2000.
Scandinavian 3015, we have information on Romeo. Requesting clearance to Gothenburg and Landvetter.
HD MSA is, as we are on the actual approach, 2,200.
3015 has control, where are you?
Yeah, 2,200.
Helsinki, Vanta, stand 12.
Scandinavian 3015, then contact Helsinki Tower 118.6.
I think that weather has now come through.
Scandinavian 3015.
Oh, HT, what am I missing? MSA 2,200. So as we come in from the north, it's going to be 1,900, but then on the final part of the approach, 2,200. Is it not?
122.8, and thanks for the ATC. Sabina 404.
Ah, okay. No, I did just... I did just say, I'm just waiting for the weather to come through to see what that temperature is, as to whether we need to adjust anything. It's now come through and the temperature is -5. Alright, we can add 20 to that. Alright, 2,220. And the decision altitude is 354. I did put that caveat in. I was just waiting. You guys all heard me. I said I'm going to check the weather because we may have to alter that. So that's probably one of the few things I hadn't missed this flight. Alt cruise.
Finnair 29 Yankee, clear direct bottom.
Clear direct bottom, Finnair 29 Yankee.
Anyway, let's get that weather in. So wind 350 at 11. Light snow, visibility is 3,000 meters, temperature is -5, QNH 996. Oh, okay. So MSA is not corrected the same as the DA. What's the difference? I've not got that in front of me, so what's that gone up by for, is it still going up in batches of -10, -20, -30, -40, etc.? I don't know that figure offhand.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, cleared Lucid 3 Bravo arrival, runway 04 left, when ready, descend flight level 100.
Cleared via the Lucid 3 Bravo arrival, and when ready we'll descend flight level 100, level by Lucid. He's Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, no descent restrictions, you don't need to be level left. Lucid.
Roger, thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Try 220 feet. Okay, I'm going to make a mad guess here then.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, report speed.
Speed is Mach 0.78, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, thank you.
I'm going to make a complete guess here, so -10, we had 220.
Delta, speed Mach decimal.
-20? Do we double that to 440?
Flying at decimal 78, easy 230.
Oh, I think you've just answered it. Go with a 10% difference. Gotcha. Probably need to have a quick look at how we plan the taxiing here as well. So 4 left. We're looking at, most likely it's going to be Whiskey Kilo. Nice long runway. Whiskey Kilo, or right at the end, Whiskey Hotel. Then where would we park? I have no idea where EasyJet park at Helsinki.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an EasyJet customer. Opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So I can see where I'd planned that that descent, and I'm still going to stick with it because hopefully we can do our best to get a nice CDA if at all possible. Dodo. Easy is usually Terminal 1. Thank you, Dodo.
Arrival runway 04 left. When ready, descent flight level 100.
Clearly, so free Bravo arrival for runway 04 left and down to flight level 100. EC230 Delta.
EC230 Delta, confirm when ready, descent flight level 100.
Still, -5.
Yeah,
that is cold, isn't it?
EC230.
I know it's not the coldest place on Earth, but considering it's about 8 degrees here today, that's cold. Okay, let's start heading down. Alpine 3-4 Mike descending now out of flight level 390 for flight level 100.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike on conversion speed 270 hour great.
270, not so great, Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike. Okay, thrust idle, open descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'll be delighted to hear that we're now at our cruising altitude, and we hope to give you an
maybe at the cruising altitude, but we've now just left it. Well done, self-loading cargo. Simple takeoff, that blue curve is the top of descent, where I'd calculated it to be, that's right.
Could you please ensure that the eyes are kept clear so the cabin crew can offer you their cabin service, which will begin shortly.
I don't think it will.
That EasyJet Simple Pilot channel members are able to access free strokes throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight.
There's a VOR on the airfield, Helsinki VOR, of course, which is its prefix is just Hell, Hotel Echo Lima. I now understand where it'll be a cold day in hell before that happens. Well, that's pretty often. It would seem. Virtual Pilot, you've also got a massive amount of snow in Helsinki. Have you? Be interested to see how the sim sorts that out.
When it's recent to Mike, can we get the expected weather in Helsinki?
Steer Norway, is that when to descend? How do you put that in the McDo? Okay, so there's a video on the channel which talks about the fixes page, and you use the fixes page to pop that in. So if you can go and check that out, that's probably the best bet, because it will explain that better in more detail. We're going to pop auto brake low on as well, just because it has been snowing a little bit. Helms says single digit is already called for us in the tropic. You've personally experienced minus 35 on overseas assignments. Clearly they don't have an Eskimo gene in you. Don't know how you guys managed to stand it. I know, anything below like 2-3 degrees, that's it. Hat, gloves, scarf, everything out. Christian, any Friday night questions? Right, let's just reduce that speed now, 270 knots. Keeping an eye on our arrival. Simple takeoff's curious when to use open descent versus managed descent. At the moment, I would just use open descent, as managed descent is requires VNAV to be working correctly, and it's not at the moment. Okay, HC is going for a Friday night question. My god, that's a good one. What's the current crosswind limit with the current runway stay on 4 left? Let me just get that METAR again for you. Its wind is currently 350 at 11.
Okay, 370 Mike, contact Helsinki radar 119 at this moment, bye bye.
Repeat last message, sorry.
Contact Helsinki radar 119 at this moment.
Contact radar 119.
Right, getting very dark now as it's going into the clouds.
Mike, thank you for the service, have a good night.
0.11 Oscar Hotel, when ready, descend flight level 100, clear to 73 Bravo, arrival runway 04.
When ready, descend flight level 100, Lee 73 Bravo, from runway 04 left, Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
Just putting the approach in, so heard him getting told the approach frequency. That'll be us pretty soon. Dodo says, if you want to be as realistic as possible, leave the runway at the very end. Is that some local knowledge? I have no local knowledge of Helsinki, so that sounds good to me. It would make sense, just looking at the charts.
Delta, on conversion, speed 270.
On conversion, speed 270.
Because I would imagine then they can take you via Golf to cross 04 right. Otherwise, leaving at Whiskey Kilo, you've obviously got to taxi. Depends how busy it is, though, I guess. They may ask you to try and vacate as early as possible. Doesn't seem time for the aircraft behind you. Very little turbulence, even as we go through the clouds at the minute. Ooh, the snow time HD. This is something else I need to learn. Okay, so what we got there? 04 left. So the braking action is 444. What's the 100, 100, 100? 030303. No, unless that's braking action again. But I'm not sure what that means. Dry snow, dry snow, dry snow. And then a load of random numbers. Nope. Need to learn to decode those ones.
110 Oscar Hotel on conversion, speed 270.
For conversion, speed 270, Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
Just coming out now. Okay, so again, flight plan says we should be on the ground at around 2 minutes past 4, so 16:02 Zulu time. That would be nice. Simple takeoffs, have you observed any differences between flying in the EU versus North America? I think one of the biggest things is the way that the ground operations are handled. HD says the important bit is the 444. This is the global reporting for braking action. That was the only bit I understood of that snow time. That and which runway it was talking about. I'm presuming dry snow, dry snow, dry snow refers to the start, the middle and the end of the runway. No idea what the 100 and 03 is for. Again, it's split into 3, so I'm presuming it's the start, middle and end. But because it's less than 5, which is good, 4 is good to medium, so a crosswind limit applies. What would that be? Manic, I'm afraid I have no idea why the 321 Neo doesn't work for you. I haven't used that that mod.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we have just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a EasyJet Sim Pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cab crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
So we can just see the ground lights sort of coming in and out as we're flying through the clouds. HD, I wasn't worried. The wind was only 11 knots anyway. I thought it can't be that bad, surely. Simple takeoffs, it's self-loading cargo that you can do that for. It essentially just plays varying different WAV files. And approach Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Any speed restrictions for us?
Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike, speed 270, not sir, greater still.
Roger, 270 or greater. Confirm you want us to maintain 270 or greater below flight level 100.
Hey, sir.
Roger, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Woohoo! We get to break the speed limit. Now, there's a potential threat. We still need time to slow down, so we need to be aware of that.
Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Report speed restriction to Helsinki radar 119.1, bye-bye.
Over to 119.1 with the speed restrictions. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Bye-bye. Helsinki radar, good evening. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Passing flight level 1304, flight level 100, speed 270 knots or greater.
Hello, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike, Helsinki radar, direct contact, descent to 5,000 feet, QNH 997, runway 04 left.
Descent altitude 5,000, QNH 997 hectopascals, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Okay, so let's just check. We've got thrust idle over descent 5,000 blue. Seatbelt signs on. Approach checklist. Seatbelt signs on. Briefing is complete. Minimums are 254. Set. Engine mode selection is normal. FP is stowed.
Descent 3,000 feet. Clear direct runway Lily. Clear for runway ILS, runway 04 left, runway 372 miles.
Runway 373 miles, descent 2,300 feet.
2,300 feet, runway 372 miles.
So still keeping that speed up, which is nice. Doesn't happen too often. Peter Scarab, hello. We're back in Scandinavia. Alton Clee, thank you for following on Twitch. Frederick and Mark on Facebook, hello as well.
Helsinki approach, good evening, Scandinavian 3015 at flight level 4000.
Hello, Scandinavian 3015.
Nicely below that profile now, though, so I'm just reducing that rate of descent.
Continue climb, flight level 280, Scandinavian 2015.
I think we can just see the aircraft in front of us. A couple of lights.
Helsinki radar, Medic 50 descending to uncontrolled airspace for landing.
Medic 50, leave terminal area, frequency change approved. Goodbye.
Leave terminal area, frequency change approved.
Good morning, Willie.
Palataanko?
Wally, sorry. Wally, not Willie. But hey, Willie as well. I don't think I said hello to you either. Shari Gamer, hello, welcome on board.
Helsinki radar, easy 230 Delta, Falcon flight over 170 for flight over 100.
Hello, easy 23 Sierra Delta, Helsinki radar, radar contact, descent to flight level 70, runway 04 left.
Descend to flight level 70, easy 230 Delta.
So very below the profile at the moment. Should have selected a VS rate much sooner. But that's okay. If we go down about 500 feet per minute and we're still topping out at 270 knots for a change. Willie, I don't need to acknowledge you. It would play on my heart, Willie, if I didn't. Shari Gamer, this is indeed live. Trini, yeah, they've done a fantastic job, haven't they, with the nighttime lighting of the cockpit.
Proceed the direct loop at Scandinavian 3015.
Jens Waldron, this Friday Xbox will also have EasyJet. Is that right? Wow.
Helsinki radar, QT Infinite 2 extra Lima, we declared from tower, and we are on stand runway and on stand 28 at Helsinki local position. Hello, Finnair 2 extra Lima, pushback and setup approved, facing southwest. Careful, place southwest, kilometer extra.
2465, 123, request taxi.
Just starting to pick up the ILS now. Obviously, we're at the wrong side of it at the moment.
Sir, 2465 second, please.
With a 2465, stand 123, requesting taxi.
This is 2465, taxi left on Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta, and it's Zulu to holding point Zulu Romeo.
Left on Alpha Charlie and repeat the rest please for reserve 165. 265.
Need to remember that we're still at 270 knots. Nowhere near the green dot. The approach phase is activated.
Right, please do Mike confirm, ILS 04 left.
It's a murder towing runway 32 Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for
with a 2465 will confirm taxi roll after Alpha Charlie.
Newspapers or magazines that you do not want
Left
to
on
take
Alpha
with you.
Charlie, you are turning
Oh,
the runway.
star?
Left on Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta, Zulu to Zulu Romeo.
Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta, Zulu Romeo, and sorry
Ooh,
for
here
that,
comes one of those
wrong
little
time.
snowstorms.
2465, we are,
Certainly some low visibility.
Thank you.
Can't hear any rain battering the windshield though.
Helsinki radar, good afternoon. Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, passing flight level 140, descending flight level 100, speed 270.
Hello, Alpine 11.
AB travels Helsinki to Gatwick. Yeah, great flight. I just didn't have time for that today.
to flight level 70, runway 04 left.
Mach 1 crank is usually used by engineers if you've had a failed engine start. Get rid of any unburnt oil and fuels left in there.
Contact Helsinki Control 121.3, bye-bye. Contact Helsinki Control 121.3. Many thanks, bye-bye. Scandinavian 3015.
Helsinki Finnair, Tynade Yankee, Papa Delta.
The way the lights are lighting up the cloud layers. Looks like lightning occasionally.
By Papa Delta cross 04 right and by Alpha Delta stand 18 Finnair, Tynade Yankee.
Finnair Tynade Yankee, Kilway for Viser Airbus 320 on Oulu.
Okay, giving way to the this Airbus Finnair Tynade.
So in about 10 miles I need to start slowing down.
Beneficent, you might have a localizer captured runway 04 left.
Ryanair 372, Mike wind 340 degrees 10 knots, runway 04 left, clear to land.
Correct land runway 04 left. Beneficent, you Mike.
So now holding steady, still at 5,000 feet. I'm waiting for a further descent. Also need to slow down though, as I've just said. So this could be interesting. Might be able to see. The airport's over here somewhere. Visibility is just clouding it. Tamina, I think Christian answered that, so it's the best lift to drag ratio. Also your best climb speed.
Alpine G4 Alpha Mike, descend to 2,300 feet and speed 250 knots or greater, please.
250 knots or greater, descend altitude 2,300, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, proceed direct NMB, descent to
Just start low descent, 2,300 blue. I've just wound that speed back down by 10, 260.
QNH 9970, 5,000 feet, Alpine 1.
Jonathan, yeah, landing runway 04 left.
Air 455, clearance available.
HD, is it not? If you want your best rate of climb, isn't it?
Descent 2,300 feet, free speed.
Is it not?
Descent to 2,300 feet, easy to increase air data.
And no speed restrictions.
No speed restriction, easy to increase air data.
Oh, I'm confusing this maybe with turbulence. It's been a long day.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, after NMB direct bottom, clear as approach runway 04 left, maintain 210 knots or greater until established on localizer.
When past Nembe, clear direct intercept localizer runway 04 left, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
And speed 210 knots or greater until established.
210 knots or greater till established, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Helsinki radar, Medic 50.
Medic 50 radar.
Medic 50 on ground in Nummela, requesting IFR clearance back to Helsinki due to weather.
Medic 50, stand by.
Okay, so I'm now going to pop this into open descent. We'll get down, then we'll slow down. Here comes the glide slope anyway.
Terve Finnair Papa Delta Helsinki radar radar contact.
210 knots or greater till established.
Runway 04 left.
Descent flight level 004 left, Finnair Papa Delta.
2,500.
Radio altimeter is alive.
With a 2465, holding at Zulu Romeo, 04 right, ready to go.
Mission 2465, line up runway 04 left, right.
Line up 04 right and wait with a 2465.
Medic 50 clearance.
Medic 50 ready to copy.
Medic 50 flight plan activated, cleared to Helsinki terminal area.
Okay, so we're going to make a left turn now to intercept the
Climb and maintain 3000 feet
ILS.
IFR. QNH
Pop this into heading mode. I'll start heading.
And squawk 5563.
Runway 372 Mike, vacate runway at Victor Gamma.
Stand by.
Medic 50 cleared to Helsinki terminal area, heading 060, 3000 feet IFR, QNH 997, squawk 5563.
Medic 50, clearance correct.
Let's ding the cabin, then that's done.
Flight attendants, please prepare.
And Helsinki radar, Medic 50.
Medic 50.
Should we expect ILS 04 left or 04 right?
Expect ILS 04 left.
So on the approach,
Expect
autopilot
ILS
1 and
left,
2,
Medic
put
50.
those on. So there go glide slope lock, blue,
Heading
cat 3
down,
dual,
Omega,
autopilot
Finland
1
10.
and 2.
Terve Finland 10 Helsinki.
Terve Finnair 10, departed
Lock
nominal
star.
time 06, estimating lean to time 10, non-urgent return to base, VFR.
Can just about see some runway
Medic
lights as
10
well.
initially join, via lean to join left base leg runway 04 left.
Via lean to left base 04 left, Finnair 10.
Expect that wind to come round
Sierra Delta.
back from the left.
And bottom cleared ILS approach runway 04 left. Report established on localizer.
Intersecting at
It's
Podom.
empty joint left side, and we'll report that easy 237.
Appreciate B46.
Now we need to start slowing down.
Wind 360 degrees, 11 knots runway 04 right. Clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 04 right with a 245.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike established at 9 miles.
320 via Zulu Romeo, line up runway 04 right and wait after.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike established at 8 miles.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, continue approach.
We'll go and confirm we can reduce speed now, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
A320.
Flaps 1.
Finnair 372 Mike, still waiting at Whiskey Gamma.
Flaps 2, speed checked.
Mike, taxi to Papa Golf, hold short runway 04 right.
Taxi to Papa Golf, short runway 05.
Glide slope star, missed approach
504 right.
2,000 feet. 6 miles, gear.
455 on
Spoilers.
Alpha Mike, we just pushed back, request clearance.
Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3.
04 right.
Finnair 455 Roger, and confirm, do you have an en route clearance?
Affirmative.
Flaps full.
Squawk 4257.
Approach, landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust speed, go around at altitude 2000 set. Eco memo, landing no blue.
2465 radar contact, climb to flight level 210.
Oh my god, look at the snow.
Climb flight level 210 with a 245.
Finnair 2X Rally Mark, please line up runway 04 right.
04 right.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, descent 2300
Not
feet.
yet been cleared to
Finnair
land.
direct bottom, cleared ILS approach runway 04 left, free speed.
Descend altitude 2,300 feet, after an MV, clear to the ILS runway 04 left, free speed, Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
Finnair 2 Papa Delta, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 997, free speed.
5,000 feet, QNH 997, free speed, Finnair 2 Papa Delta.
HD, you were expecting that.
All into input. Finnair 10.
1,000.
1,000 feet.
Alpine
Autopilot
34
off.
Alpha Mike, wind
I have
35
control.
degrees, 10 knots, runway 04 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 04 left, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Finnair 2 X-ray Lima, wind 35 degrees, 10 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
04 right, clear for takeoff, Finnair 2 X-ray.
It's snowing. Try and get her back on that centre line a little bit.
500.
500 feet, approach stable.
400.
455, taxi.
Finnair 455, taxi via Victor Mike, and it's solo to holding point.
That wind coming round as anticipated.
Holding point
300. 100 above.
455.
Easy 230 Delta, established on the RS 04.
And we'll roll to the end.
Sierra Delta, continue approach.
Continue approach, easy 230 Delta.
Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel, start reducing the approach speed.
Yeah, slow to approach speed, Alpine 11 Oscar Hotel.
50. 40.
Finnair 10
30,
traffic,
20,
EasyJet Airbus 320
10,
Neo on about 5.5, now reporting side.
Little stutter from the sim there on touchdown. Spoilers deployed. Reverse green.
Finnair 10 all traffic inside. Finnair 10
Disconnect the auto brakes. Reverse is off.
And caution vector plans. Finnair 2 X-ray Lima, radar contact, report altitude passing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable
And
electronic
I am going to
devices for
vacate
messaging,
just there because I know
calls,
there's
or
traffic
internet
behind
access
us.
may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers.
Finnair 2 Mike, cross 904, taxi via Blue and Alpha
Smoking
Delta
is not permitted
and
until you
15.
reach a designated smoking area.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, thanks very much for the service. Sadly, we are going to have to disconnect. Thank you very much.
Crew will help you complete your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions,
Okay, guys, so
and
as
destinations,
as
check out our
teased,
official Facebook page,
sadly, I am going to have to
or
finish the stream
EasyJet.
there as it's school run time. So I look forward to seeing you all again on the next flight. If time permits, we've got the world update coming out later today. So looking forward to that. We may have a late on stream if we manage to get that downloaded in time. Thanks very much, everyone. I shall see you all on the next flight. Bye-bye.